Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. So, yeah, Ghosts in the Graveyard. I wasn't gonna review this movie at all. I had the trailer sent to me a while ago and I passed on it just because I knew it was gonna be terrible just from the trailer. But I had a few of you ask me over the last week or so if I was gonna do a review on it, so I thought, you know what, fuck it. I'll sit down and watch this. Maybe it'll surprise me and be good. And hey, no, it didn't surprise me at all because it was no fucking good. It's directed by Charlie Comparetto. I hope I said his name correct. I'm going to say this. Again, I am the biggest offender of lower budget horror movies. I couldn't find the budget for this movie. But I hope it was a low budget movie because if this thing had a killer budget, this makes this movie even worse. But it's his first time directing a full-length feature, and I'm just going to be honest. Like, I don't know if he was overwhelmed or what, but he should have started with short films and worked his way up. Because, I mean, like, honestly, the direction in this movie, there wasn't any. I mean, it was almost like, the scenes started and it was just, you know what I mean? It was like film, and it was like the actors, if that's what you want to call them for this movie, because the acting was piss poor too, but it was just like they made up their own lines as they kind of went into the scene. That's what it seemed like. And it's like the editing in this movie was terrible. I mean, there's so many scenes that could have been trimmed down by like 5 to 10 seconds, and it adds up over the course of a movie. I think this film has a runtime of 1 hour and 32 minutes. It could have been easily 1 hour and 15-minute movie. You know what I mean? And you know what? I get it. I get that you guys own a fucking drone, okay? But the entire first act of this movie, it's like every other fucking shot of this film was an overhead drone shot. I mean, like, okay, we get it. You own a fucking drone. Like, you don't have to put the entire first act overhead. Like, I mean, my God. But I don't know, man. Just everything in this movie did not work. The direction, there wasn't any. The acting was piss poor. They try and push the fact that Jake Busey's in this movie. First of all, who gives a fuck? And second of all, it didn't help. I mean, even he almost looked like he didn't want to be there. I've never seen, well, yes, I have, but it's just, this movie looked like it's just like nobody wanted to fucking be there. And when they were there on set, it looked like they didn't have any direction or nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. It almost looked like they were stumbling through their lines. There's a scene in this movie where one of the girls, Zoe, I think her name is, goes over to one of the guys' apartments I think it's in the second act, and she's trying to seduce him kind of a little bit, and they're smoking a joint, and it's the longest, most uncomfortable scene that I've ever seen in a fucking movie. It's almost like neither of them knew what to say. It's just they had to ad-lib the lines. And the guy said fucking nothing, and it was almost like she didn't know what to say. It was just roll camera and just make a conversation. And that's the other thing too. There are so many scenes in this movie that lead to nowhere. You know what I mean? Like they make no fucking sense at all. Like none. The conversations in the scenes make no fucking sense. It's like, oh. I don't know, man. And you know what else pissed me off? I was gonna try and find some good things about this movie to say, and I'm not. You know why? And I'm going to tell you this. And I don't know, this may not be the directors. I don't want to point fingers, but I am going to say this because I've seen this happen before, and this fucking pisses me off when this happens. If the filmmakers actually pushed for this, if you go on IMDb, okay, and look at their rating, okay. This movie right now is sitting at a 4.9. All right, I'm telling you straight up, this movie is not a 4.9 movie. This is like maybe a 1, maybe a 2. It's that fucking bad. But if you go on there, okay, there's I forget how many votes. There's 921 votes. Okay, but there are 208 votes that give it a 10. Okay, 235 votes that give it a 9. Okay, 101 votes that give it an 8, and 65 that give it a 7, okay? None of those have fucking comments. So there might be 1 or 2, okay? But you're talking over 500 or over 500 votes, which is more than half of the voting, with no fucking comments. So tell me that they didn't send out, and again, I'm not pointing fingers, you know what I mean, but it's just, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. It's right fucking here on IMDb, on their user rating score, and I've seen it done for a lot of fucking low budget movies, but somebody sent something out to a whole whack of people involved in this film, friends and family, saying, go upvote this so it looks better on our, you know, so we can sell the fucking movie. And I get it. They want to make fucking money to you know what I mean, to make their budget back and stuff, but that is not the fucking way to do it. So again, I'm not accusing anyone and I'm not pointing any fingers, but I mean, all you have to do is punch up this fucking chart, which I will put on screen, and you tell me if something's not suspicious. So, I mean, that right there, that pissed me off, because if you've got a pile of shit for a movie, like, don't lie to the people that might potentially want to watch it and make it sound like it's a 10. Who are the fucking 208 bozos that gave it a 8, 9, or a 10, even a 7? You know what I mean? Like, give me a fucking break. Like, that's absolutely pathetic. So, no, I will not say anything good about this movie, because really, there is nothing good to say about it other than it had a fucking ending. From the opening credits to this movie, okay, to the end, fucking terribly read, the monologue at the end, the whole fucking thing was a pile of shit. It was terribly directed, it was horribly edited, and the acting in it was absolutely atrocious. If you don't want to be in a fucking movie, then don't be in a fucking movie. I don't care if the actors worked for free. At least put the effort in. There are scenes in this movie where it looks like they have no idea what they're going to say. None. And it's not just one or two scenes, okay? It's in all, like, just seriously, watch this fucking movie and see if I'm over-exaggerating. This movie has, again, I'm not a fucking director, and I've not been involved in any movies of any sort, so I don't know the goings-on, okay? But I have seen thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking movies, and a good chunk of them are lower budgeted. And I know when a movie is well directed, smartly edited, and well acted, okay? And I don't give a fuck if you have a zero budget. And I'm not even going to tell you the movies that I'm talking about, because you already know if you follow the channel. I don't know what the fuck you guys were doing, okay? But give me a break. This should have been at least 15 to 20 minutes shorter. I don't even know what else to say about it. It made no fucking sense. Like, I don't know. You know what? I'm just rambling here because it, you know, I wasn't pissed off before I started doing research on this flick. I thought, okay, we'll just chalk it up as another we tried, we failed, and we'll move on and we'll try something else. But no, then when I went on IMDb and saw what they did for this user rating, that pissed me off, okay? Because that's just lying. The same thing happened to Cherokee Creek, only it was done in the opposite way. You know what I mean? Instead of upvoting it, a bunch of assholes got together and downvoted that movie. You know what I mean? Which was, I think it was on Amazon, or it happened on one of the platforms. I can't remember, it was a while ago, but I hate it when people get together and fucking do this. And they do it on YouTube channels all the time too. You know, with the like and dislike button. A bunch of people will spam it and fucking give it a whole bunch of dislikes. I don't give a fuck if people like my videos or not. You know what I mean? You can hit the like button just as fast as you can hit the dislike button. I don't give a shit because I don't use this channel to make money. I just fucking do it because I like talking about horror movies. But when shit like this does happen, it pisses me off. It really does. And goddamn, you know, like this movie is no fucking good. To give it a rating, I'm gonna give it a 1 and it doesn't even deserve that. You know what I mean? It is terrible. It is terribly directed. It is terribly edited, and it is terribly acted. It has a couple cool scenes, you know what I mean, of the graveyards and stuff like that, but you know, whatever. You don't have to fucking, if you want to write and try and prove me wrong, even if you were involved in this film, please do, because I want to have a discussion with you. And please let me know what the budget is, but don't come in crying saying, oh, we had no budget or we had no money. I don't give a fuck, because I've seen enough zero budget movies to know that you can make a fucking good movie. Point in case, I'm going to give 2. Cosmos, 0 budget, killer fucking movie. And the other one, Headhunter, made on a $30,000 budget. I'm pretty sure this movie had more money than that. If you want to watch a good fucking movie, go watch Headhunter, okay? Then you can see what $30,000 can give you. Fuck, Evil Dead was made almost on that much money. You know what I mean? So, give me a break. Anyways, sorry, I don't mean to sound pissed off, but it just bugs me when I go on to IMDb and see these idiots that try and upvote this movie. So it just drives me nuts. So anyways, the movie is called Ghost in a Graveyard. Hopefully the sight in my eye comes back so I can do more reviews on good movies. And yeah, I have absolutely nothing more to say about this movie other than I don't give a fuck if you watch it or not. In fact, you know what? Watch it. Give these guys their rental money. Okay, go watch it, and then you can see that I'm not overacting as to how piss poor this movie is. So anyways, Ghosts in the Graveyard, check it out. Get back to me and let me know. And as always, guys, stay scared.